Is a First Alert Weather Day. WMBF News starts right now.
Quite the rare sight as our area transforms into a winter wonderland, really in a matter of hours. Good evening to you at 11 o'clock as we continue our First Alert Weather Day with live team coverage of this winter storm. We are the only team in town with 5 meteorologists tracking this storm for you tonight. We have you covered from the Grand Strand to Conway to the PD. Our snow desk is back tonight as well. And there's much more for you. We have 4 teams of reporters in the field with a look at the conditions in Florence County and up and down the beach. We're going to begin with First Alert Chief Meteorologist Jamie Arnold at that snow desk. And Jamie, really, it's already been an eventful night, and we are not just done yet,
Not really. Honestly, Eric, we are about halfway through this here at our studios, coming in with about 3 inches of snow right in the heart of Myrtle Beach. Other parts of Horry County, especially the north end, already coming in with some 5-inch amounts. The other thing that we've been driving home for a few days, though, the bitter cold. Look at that temperature, 19 degrees right now in Myrtle Beach with a wind chill of 5. The fact that we have snow falling with temperatures in the teens is really quite exceptional. Look at the wind chills elsewhere across the area between about 5 and 7 degrees, and they're going to continue to drop down around 0 by the time we get up tomorrow morning. Now let's talk about the snow. 501, kind of a good dividing line. North of there, it is still steadily snowing fairly heavily at times, getting almost to around 1 inch per hour. South of 501, things have lightened up a little bit. However, expecting more snow to begin to build in. And take a look at this big view. Look at that fire hose of snow coming in off the Atlantic Ocean. We gave you an update on your First Alert weather app earlier this evening that we're really going to focus on Highway 9, that area right along the state line. Let's say 25 miles either side of the North Carolina-South Carolina border. That is the most likely area to pick up potentially 8 inches. Notice the big view, just a tremendous amount of moisture out over the Atlantic that still has to spin through. Georgetown County, it's been tough for you, for Pawleys down to Georgetown, but even here, I do fully expect that snow to begin to fill in over the next few hours. There is that highlighted area. We're still holding to our forecast of 4 to 8 inches. A lot of spots already almost there. But again, it's right along the state line where we are going to have the best chance. We're seeing some of those isolated totals potentially reaching closer to 8 to 10 inches, and we've seen plenty of double-digit snowfall totals across the Carolinas. Jen is coming up with a look at those totals. Let's turn to Andrew now in the studio. And Andrew, I mentioned we were about halfway through with this storm, and a lot of spots going to see a lot more snow.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, some of these spots have already picked up on 4 inches. We'll get to that here in just a second, but you mentioned it best. It's going to be those heavier bands still working in, and yes, keep in mind, I know it's not snowing in Georgetown County, but look where some of the heavier bands set up as we go into midnight and after. Some of you going to go to bed and wake up tomorrow morning and say, what happened? We're talking maybe another 4 to 5 additional inches for some of you, especially across Horry County and Marion. And not to mention, yeah, look at the wind gusts, blowing snow and drifting snow of 30 to 35 mile per hour wind gust, even up in the PD. And then this model, the HRRR, continues to suggest, how about by 5, 6, potentially maybe even 7 a.m., still holding on to some lingering moisture before finally, I think we're completely done as we head toward 8 o'clock. Winds still gusty, and let's just be honest, not going to warm up at all for tomorrow. We've already had some winners. We've already had some losers or strugglers so far at this point. For a look at that, let's send it over to meteorologist Jenna Greenhill for a look at the snow accumulation so far.
Yeah, Andrew, definitely some areas up into North Carolina have dealt with some of that drier air, and that's where we've kind of struggled to pick up on some of those higher totals. However, for us, we're also starting to kind of nudge up those numbers as some more snow starts to fall. Let's take a look at what you need to know. This is across North Carolina. You can see up into North Carolina Places like the Outer Banks picking up on 12 to 13 inches of snow. We're down into Charleston probably picking up on 2 to 4 inches of snow. But I want to walk you through our area right now. These are the reports that we've gotten in from you at home. If you are in an area where you're able to see some of those snowfall totals, get out a ruler, make sure you put it in a flat surface. Send us that photo. That's how we're able to kind of contact the National Weather Service and kind of walk them through what we're seeing right now. So Florence, Darlington, North Myrtle, as well as Carolina Forest, Forest Brook, as well as Wild Wing, all have hit that 4-inch mark already. Now we still have plenty of time to go as we head throughout the overnight hours, and that's where we're going to start to see more snowfall accumulation. I went outside just out of our WMBF studios right before the show. We have 3 inches of snow. We're in the heart of Myrtle Beach, Conway, right around that 2.5-inch mark. Now, where are we going to end up when it comes to the record snowfall? Just last year, we saw 5 inches. The last time we saw more than 5 inches of snow was back in '89. So where we end up on this list, still we have time to go, but of course we'll continue to keep you posted. And again, if you're able to take one of those photos with that ruler in the snow, really helps us out when it comes to those snowfall totals. Just send them to us through that First Alert weather app. Oh, I also want to send it out to meteorologist Jace Passmore. He's out in Florence. Jace, about 4 inches of snow already. What are you seeing right now?
Yeah, the snow has definitely picked up over the past, I would say, hour or so. And I don't know if you can see it in front of the camera, but man, these are some huge snowflakes, and it is still very cold. We're here at Buc-ee's. Everyone loves Buc-ee's. We've seen South Carolina Department of Transportation trucks going up and down Interstate 95, and they're also trying to clean out the parking lots here. Now, I measured on the concrete. Now, here in the parking lot, maybe about 1.5 to 2 inches. But once you start getting into some of those grassy areas, we're seeing some accumulation around 3 to 3.5 inches, and then maybe 6 to 7 inches in those snow drifts. Now, as both Jenna, Andrew, and Jamie have talked about, we are going to start to see the wind pick up. Right now, on the anemometer, the wind speed's only about 10 miles an hour. But over the next few hours, we are going to see those wind gusts begin to pick up. Make sure to keep it here. Chief Meteorologist Jamie Arnold and the entire WMBF weather team continues with the forecast.
All right, Jason, our team cover continues right now in Conway. Meteorologist Matt Bullock is there. Matt, we saw the snow cover that area there in a matter of just 30 minutes, beginning around 6 o'clock tonight when we checked in with you last. What's it look like at this hour?
Yeah, Eric, roads remain covered in snow all across into Conway. Right now, we are on Coastal Carolina University's campus. Right behind me, this is University Boulevard. As you can see, covered with snow and ice. We also made some trips around 544 and 501. There's still snow cover, but you also have to watch out those secondary roads if you are traveling tonight into tomorrow morning that hasn't been treated. Now, we did see some tractor plows from the campus right around 9 o'clock, but other than that, we just seen some light travel conditions. Folks been taking their sweet time, which they should in these types of conditions. Snow continues to fall, very moderate, but at times we've been seeing this burst of heavy snow and gusty winds. And again, our WMBF First Alert weather app says it's 20 degrees here in Conway, but feels like 9 degrees. And talk about how much snowfall we've seen. I'm going to get my handy-dandy tape measure and just showing you how much we've seen. Last time I measured about 30 minutes ago, we had about a little over 2 inches of snow. So I'm going to get my little tape measure, and let's see what we can do. So, little flat surface, just as Jenna Greenhill mentioned. Again, just still about 2 inches of snow here at CCU. And again, those snow drifts where the wind's kicking up. Again, just showing you with snow drifts, about 3.5. So far, again, snow continues to fall for tonight. And again, those road conditions will continue to get worse, especially on those secondary roads. We'll let you know what those road conditions look like throughout the night, not only by myself, but our entire WMBF First Alert news team and weather team. But here in Conway, Matt Bullock, WMBF News.
All right, Matt, be careful out there. We want to head north now to North Myrtle Beach, where our Juliana Alford has been covering the storm for us tonight. She is live from the Cherry Grove Pier. So is it snowing as hard up there at this point, Juliana?
Well, the snow has definitely made its way in this area, and the wind is making it a lot colder. Earlier we said it looked like the beginning of a winter wonderland. Now it's in full effect. There isn't very many people out. Roads have been quite empty. We did see a few plows go by earlier in the night, so definitely keeping off the roads. We're standing at the Bolanos grocery store on Nixon Street, and we actually have someone we wanted to talk to. So, how are you liking the weather? And she said she loves it. Reporting live in North Myrtle Beach, Juliana Elford, WMBF News. Back to you.
All right, Juliana, we're going to head back down to the Grand Strand to Myrtle's Inlet now. That's where our Jill Schumacher is. Jill, have you seen anyone walking around that Marsh Walk? It's usually pretty busy on a Saturday night.
Yeah, quite honestly, we have, and I'm not surprised. It's gorgeous out here right now. I know it might be a little bit cold, but the snow is all along up these boats, and people have been coming out to see the beautiful snow. And some have been coming by cars, golf carts, or walking. Obviously, it's not advised that you take those cars. So if you want to take the snow in, please do walk. Some people were dressed in full snow gear. Other people were bringing their dogs and their Snuggies. So it was really good to see people out and about, taking in all the sights here along the Marsh Walk. And once again, even though it is cold, it's not stopping people. And hopefully those sights will still be here tomorrow. In Myrtle's Inlet, I'm Jill Schumacher, WMBF News.